It is Yoda Monday morning. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi. Let us play with the latest iteration of Buddha's Easy Meditation. Just as our gym teachers encourage us to warm up and then cool down before and after a workout, we're going to follow a similar paradigm and begin with Mahayoga's wisdom warm-up for the view of reality that supports letting go as the first fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. Oh, won't you please chant with me? Rather than indulge or controlling tendencies, wrathopalies of active visualization, emotion, magic, and belief, we could just recite these wise words in harmony with our breathing and allow our subconscious to do the heavy lifting. Let us therefore sidestep the rigidity that confuses metaphors for statements literal, and relax into the flexibility that savors the chance explaining metaphors as similes. What follows is not our attempt to think our way to nirvana, for that won't work, but we are going to use ideas that we already know to sort of limber up our mind. That was to reclaim the birthright of letting go that is our parasympathetic nervous system. Let us consider the word may. This is not an inference of supplication to a real or imagined celestial entity. We are simply using words to guide our own intention. The Buddha was keen on organizing all that could be perceived into four categories, the four bases of mindfulness. The circumstantial, the physical, the interpersonal, and the mental. We're going to begin with circumstances whose monosyllabic synonym would be lots. We are going to use the verb melt as a metaphor of impermanence, and we are going to use the verb absorb as an inference of interdependence. Or I should say we're going to use the inference of absorb as a metaphor of interdependence. And lastly, just as a forester might use fire to fight fire, we are, ironically enough, going to use self-centeredness in an effort to transcend it. So beginning with may, please chant with me. May we see how all circumstances or lots could be as impermanent and interdependent, as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this body or form. We're now going to take all these words and condense them into just 6 syllables that we are going to divide between our inhalation and our exhalation. Together, may we feel how all our bodies or forms could be as impermanent and interdependent, as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this communicational speech. May we interpersonal speech could be as impermanent and interdependent as if it could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this mind. May we feel her all perceiving, emoting, intending, thinking, recalling, and imagining minds could be as impermanent and interdependent. Hold the presses. Oh, let's continue. As if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into our vast empty void. Emptiness will never make sense if approached literally. It only makes sense figuratively. And any good English teacher will remind us that a simile is only as powerful as it is relatable. So we have to ask the question, what? What is a real-world example of a non-graspable vast empty void? And the answer is right here. Like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless moon, which, although tantalizing to the eye, could be not graspable to the hand. We shall turn to the seventh and eighth folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path, described by some as Ati Yoga's mindfulness and meditation, after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I've spent about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that you would not have to. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. So yes, Ati Yoga is mindfulness and meditation. But just as a car is supported by the road, Ati Yoga is supported by Mudra Anu Yoga's finger-oriented energy work. So what we're going to do is play with 4 collections of our left hand's 8 sets and our right hand's 12 rounds. So I'd like to take a few moments to show you how this works before we dig in. So I'm going to angle the camera so you can see my hands in my lap because that's how things work. Okay, so we have 4 knuckles. But when we rest the tip of our little finger knuckle upon our little finger, the tip of our left little finger in our lap, that is going to cause our subtle energies to gather in our bladder region at the sacral wheel. When we do the same thing with our ring finger, that brings our energies up to our... Actually, let's stick with the little finger right now. There's no need to make things more complicated. So on our left hand, we count, well, on our right hand, we're going to count rounds. And a round is just one inhalation followed by an exhalation. And I think that image is too small. So what I'm going to do is try to switch to the jumbo can and try that again. So we're going to rest the great knuckle at the base of our right little finger upon the tip of our left little finger. Doing so invites our subtle energies to coalesce at our sacred wheel or chakra in the region of our bladder. On our right hand, every time we breathe in, we can advance our thumb and thus collect 12 rounds. A round is just one inhalation and one exhalation. So we would collect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So to count the 8 sets of 12 rounds, we use our left thumb. And we would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now you're good to go. Now you know everything there is to know about Bengali crease counting. Now this could seem weird, and if you think it's weird, you're probably correct. But repetition really is the mother of skill. And so if you were to come to these live streams once every 12 hours or so, for a week or two, you could master this. I'm going to go back to button 9. Excellent. Let's angle the camera so I can be pretty. Fat chance. And let's move on. Now to the really interesting stuff. Let us demystify meditation. Meditation is known by many names. Some call it sati pasadi. Some call it dhyana. Some people call it shan. Some people call it zen. Some people call it sutra mahamudra. Some people call it mahasandhi. Some people call it sati samadhi. Let's see. Some people call it dzogchen. Some people call it but I prefer the Sanskrit term Ati Yoga. Now, to understand what mindfulness is, we have to first understand what mindfulness is not. Of course, I just moved the whole kit and caboodle. I get to make sure everything is still aligned. Perfectionism. Okay. It is said the Buddha had a foolish cousin named Devadatta, and whereas the Buddha thought it was splendid to be flexible, loving, rational, laid-back, egalitarian, lucid, cooperative, and kind, Devadatta was enthusiastic instead to be rigid, fearful, superstitious, controlling, elitist, cryptic, competitive, and cruel. Sturgeon's law reminds us that 90% of everything sucks, including humanity. And now we know why. Because 90% of humanity are not following the Buddha's example, but rather the example of his foolish cousin, whether they know it or not. And so these people, these rigid, foolish people, some of them fancy themselves great meditation teachers, and they implore their students to practice focus and analysis. Now, the only way to do that is to rely upon discrete pathways in our brain, such as those of the medial prefrontal cortex or the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. Doing so can fatigue our prefrontal cortex, which will trigger the almond-sized amygdala, which is the seat of both aggression and anxiety. So since most of us aren't experiencing a deficiency of aggression or anxiety, so this worldview is not going to help us. Fortunately, the central nervous system consists of more than just the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala. Every time we inhale, whether we know it or not, we have the opportunity we are wired to access our sympathetic nervous system located in the middle third of our spinal cord. The sympathetic nervous system has evolved to help us notice vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly. But notice what? Notice mind's antics of perception. Seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, smelling, and the like, including emoting, intending, reasoning, recalling, and imagining. Now that can seem overwhelming. Fortunately, evolution's got our back, because every time we exhale, whether we know it or not, we are wired to automatically access our parasympathetic nervous system, ensconced within both the lower third as well as the upper third of that same spinal cord. This parasympathetic nervous system has evolved to support both physical relaxation as well as mental release. Now that we understand that there is a physiological basis for a very pleasant form of mindfulness and meditation, let us translate it into religious speak. The late Tulku Thondup insisted that mindfulness was simply watching the play of mind. The easiest way for us to do that is to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation. And quick spoiler alert, this is when we are advancing our right thumb. The late Tulku Chagdud, or Chagdud Tulku, explained that meditation was relaxing into the nature of mind. When we silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, that which we perceived during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel a trifle less solid, less permanent, and less defining. And there you have it. So I'm not going to do a lot of talking during this morning's meditation period. At the end of performing 4 collections of 96 rounds, we will shift gears from silent meditation to mantra meditation. So that's just a heads up. And of course, after every collection of 96 rounds, I'll explain the next knuckle placement. If at any point you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist meditation, or their application, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. I check the questions approximately every 10 minutes or so. We could, by resting the great knuckle at the base of our right ring finger upon the tip of our left ring finger in our lap, we will be inviting our subtle energies to coalesce at our navel wheel. Remember, the moment you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist meditation, or their application, please type your question in great detail in the chat window. I check for questions approximately once every 10 minutes. But if you've just joined in, let me get you up to speed. What if mindfulness was simply noticing, vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly? But noticing what? Noticing mind's antics of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination, or imagining. And what if the most efficient way to do that was to simply silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during each inhalation? And what if meditation was simply relaxing in harmony with our exhalation in such a way that it induced that which we perceived during our previous inhalation to fleetingly feel less solid, less permanent, and even less defined? What if the most efficient way to do that was to simply silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during each exhalation? During each inhalation, we can advance our right foot. After collecting 12 rounds on our right, on our left hand we can advance our thumb. So we would count 1 set of 12, 2 sets of 12, 3 sets of 12, 4 sets of 12, 5 sets of 12, 6 sets of 12, 7 sets of 12, 8 sets of 12, for a total of 96 rounds. Right, let's move on. We can keep track of our third of 4 collections of 64 rounds. Thusly, we can rest the great knuckle at the base of our right middle finger upon the tip of our left middle finger in our lap. When we do so, we will be inviting our subtle energies to coalesce at our heart wheel. Whoops, look at that. On our right hand, as we breathe in, we can advance our right thumb, and let's switch from counting 12 to counting 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What if mindfulness was simply noticing, vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly? Noticing what? Noticing mind's antics of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. The easiest way to do that is to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during each inhalation. That's when we advance our right thumb. What if meditation was simply relaxing in harmony with our exhalation in such a way that caused that which we perceived during our previous inhalation to fleetingly feel less solid, less permanent, and even less defining? What if the easiest way to do that was to silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during each exhalation? So, every time we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this, let's advance our right. Every time we complete 8 rounds on our right hand, we can advance our left thumb. 1 set of 8 rounds, 2 sets of 8 rounds, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of 8 rounds for a total of 64. To mark our fourth of 4 collections of 8 sets of 8 rounds, we could rest the great knuckle at the base of our right index finger upon the tip of our left index finger in our lap. Doing so could invite our subtle energies to coalesce at our crown. Mindfulness was simply noticing, vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly, but noticing what? Noticing the antics of minds, perceptions, emotions, intentions, cognitions, recollections, and imaginings. The easiest way to do that would be to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this during each inhalation. What if meditation was simply relaxing in harmony with our exhalation in such a way that caused that which we perceived during our previous inhalation to fleetingly feel less solid, less prominent, and even less defining? The easiest way to do that would be to silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during each exhalation. As silently and mentally we recite the demonstrative pronoun this, we can advance our right thumb upon our right fingers, beginning with our little finger. Having collected 8 rounds on our right hand, on our left hand we can count 8 sets of 8 rounds. Our first set of 8 rounds, our second, third, and fourth sets of 8 rounds, our fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth sets of 8 rounds, for a total of 64. As promised, we now shift gears from silent meditation to mantra meditation. The Buddha had many names, including the sage of the Shakya clan, or Shakyamuni. Together. With whom we invoke the archetype of the Muni, wise one Muni, wise one, Maha, greatly wise one Muni, yea, of the Shakya Soha, wishing enlightenment for all. So the basic essence is this: if we want to help others to master the Buddha's path, no less do likewise ourselves, the key is for us to rely upon the Buddha's example and instructions and students. So how does mantra meditation work? During the inhalation, we can silently and mentally recite, relaxing into this. And during the exhalation, we can physically relax as best we can, striving to chant this 12-syllable mantra 3 times per breath. So to keep track of that, what I recommend is on your right hand, count 1 breath per finger and 1 repetition per set of creases. So together, let's practice. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesawa, Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesawa, Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesawa, Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesawa, Om 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 Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesawa. So if we count 9 sets of 12 repetitions, that'll give us a total of 108. To keep track of our second of 9 sets, we can continue to we can touch the tip of our left thumb to its index finger and rest this assembly upon our left knee. Doing so could invite our subtle energies to coalesce at our crown. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesawa, 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 Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesawa. To keep track of our third of 9 sets, we can touch the tip of our left thumb to its middle finger, resting our entire hand palm up upon our left knee. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesawa, 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 Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Yesawa. Muni Mahamuni Yesawa, Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. 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 To keep track of our fourth of 9 sets of 12 repetitions, we can touch the tip of our left thumb to the tip of its ring finger, resting our left hand palm up upon our left knee. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. 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 To keep track of our fifth of 9 sets of 12 repetitions, we can touch the tip of our left thumb to its left little finger, and then rest our hand palm up upon our left knee. During our inhalations, silently and mentally, we can recite relaxing into this. This is whatever we notice during our inhalation. Whatever we notice vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly. Whether it is a perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, or imagining. During our exhalation, we physically relax as best we can while striving to chant this 12-syllable mantra 3 times per breath. To keep track of it, we can count 1 breath per finger on our right hand and count 1 crease per recitation together. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. 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 We began with Mahayoga's wisdom warm-up. We continued with mindfulness and meditation, both silent meditation and then mantra meditation. We now conclude with Mahayoga's compassionate cool-down or loving-kindness meditation. Mantra loving-kindness. Because loving-kindness comprises 50% of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. Please chant with me. Rather than indulge or controlling tendencies, both our bodies have active visualization, emotion, magic, and belief. We could just recite these kind words in harmony with our breathing and allow our subconscious to do the heavy lifting. Let us therefore sidestep the rigidity that confuses metaphors with statements literal, and relax into the flexibility that savors the chance explaining the metaphors as similes. We can keep track of our 6th of 9 sets of the 12 repetitions of the 12-syllable mantra by continuing to touch the tip of our left thumb to its little finger, palms up upon our left knee. May we be a font of blessing for all upon who we think or who think of us. Together. May all minds of all beings know me as peacefully enlightened as the mind of a real or imagined Buddha symbolized by a particularly one syllable zero mantra. Why do we play with similes and metaphors? Because we have evolved to think symbolically. So we take all these words and coalesce them down to just 6 syllables, which we recite during our inhalation and our exhalation. Muni muni ma muni sawa om, 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 muni muni ma muni sawa. Om muni muni ma muni sawa om muni muni ma muni sawa om muni muni ma muni sawa. The mental morality of kind intention is the second fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. To keep track of the 7th of 9 sets of 12 mantra repetitions, we can touch the tip of our left thumb to our left ring finger, palms up, and rest the whole thing upon our left knee. May we be a font of blessing for all who we listen to, speak to, or think of, and for all who listen to us or speak to us, or speak of us. That's right, folks. Big old interdependence. We begin with the word may. May is not an inference of supplication to a real or imagined celestial entity. Au contraire. We are simply playing with words with the intention of guiding our own intention. Muni sawa om muni muni ma 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 muni sawa muni muni ma muni sawa om muni muni ma muni sawa om muni muni ma muni sawa om muni muni ma muni sawa Muni muni ma muni yesuwa om muni muni ma muni yesuwa om muni muni ma muni yesuwa. To keep track of our 8th of 9 sets of 12 mantra repetitions, we could rest the tip of our left thumb upon the tip of our left middle finger, and set the hand palm up upon our left knee. May we be a font of blessing for all who we touch or who touch us. May all bodies or forms of all beings now enjoy the beautiful health represented by Buddha's statuary, depicting the blissful body of a real or imagined Yadaman archetype of enlightenment such as Shakyamuni. Let's try this again. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. 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 The physical morality of kind conduct is the fourth fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. To keep track of the 9th of 9 sets of 12 mantra repetitions, we could gingerly touch the tip of our left thumb to the tip of its left index finger and rest this hand palm up upon our left knee. May we be a font of blessing for all who we see or who see us. Together. May all circumstances or lots of all beings now have the safe fortune or boon. As a Buddha's real or imagined paradise perlando vati. Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. Om 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 Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Sawa. The circumstantial morality of kind commerce is the fifth fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. I sincerely hope you found this to be beneficial. If you feel that I've earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 10 2/3 hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's evening meditation class and group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you.